Jesus Christ. Crickletics have got them at 59%.
Yeah, I just don't understand how that works out. Right, so it's Tuesday 2.0, and I'm talking about Mumbai against Punjab. Now, these two have produced arguably the game of the IPL decade, it's fair to say. Remember that second super over that we saw? And if that's anything going to happen, of course, on Tuesday night, it'll be pretty fun to watch. We have Jarrod Kimber, who is shocked about Crickletics predictions right now. We're just deciphering that off air. It stands at 41% winning chances of Mumbai. That's surely got to be odd, right?
That has to be based. Have they lost 3 in a row or 4 in a row? I can't remember. That has to be based on recent form because they've both won 4 games. So, 59% suggests a raging red hot favourite. I don't see that in this particular game. I could see you going with Punjab, 52%, even 53%, but they're not a raging red hot favourite. That said, Mumbai are playing terrible cricket, so fair play to Crickletics if they're just like, these guys look like they'll never win a game again. I can also understand that. But yeah, it's a very, very interesting prediction there.
Yeah, we'll of course do the post-mortem of Mumbai and how they've been right now in terms of which problem is their biggest. But my first question is this whole game, right? Is it a knockout game? Will these two sides feel it with the pressure going on in those? It's a dogfight out there, let's be honest.
Yeah, I don't think either of these teams is going to qualify if they don't win this game, would be my guess.
Really?
Yeah, I think because if you look at Mumbai, their next game after this is DC.
Yeah.
Okay. So if they lose this game, they're big chance of losing against DC, which means they'll go 2-2, which will give them 6 wins, which doesn't look like it's going to be enough with all these teams already on 4 wins. And if you look at let me go through my notes and try and find Punjab. So I don't even know if I've got them all ranked, but Punjab, they have KKR, RCB, and CSK after this.
Yeah.
Right. So again, Mumbai, they should be looking at this and going, this is the easier one, right? Not 59% easy, but they should be thinking this is the easy one. If they lose this, I can't see how they win all 3 against those last 3 teams, right? So they've got, there's a lot of teams on 4 wins who have very, very easy runs coming up. They're the team with 4 wins that don't have. They don't have Sunrisers to begin with, and they don't have Rajasthan Royals. So they basically have, other than Delhi, they have all the top teams. So I think realistically, looking at the schedules and looking at the way both of these teams have been playing, if they don't win this game, I would say that is very, very hard for either of these teams to go through to the playoffs, which makes it a huge game for me.
It does. And Mumbai Indian fans would know that they've kind of bailed themselves out of these kind of positions in the past. But with everything kind of going pear-shaped for them, let's pick the bones out of their problems. Which is the biggest problem? Hardik Pandya is back, but not firing. The middle order muddle with Ishan Kishan, Suryakumar not firing, along with Pollard probably having a blinder now and then. And the third pacer also invariably comes back to haunt them. So what is it? What's the biggest problem that Mumbai Indians have?
I think it's probably their batting order from 3 to 7, 3 to 8, if you want to go there, because that has been a strength of theirs. And on paper, it still looks like a strength. It's just that those players are not playing at that level. And in T20 cricket, you can, if you're 3 and 4 are struggling a little bit, but your 5, 6, and 7 are doing okay, it doesn't matter, and vice versa, even more so. But if you have, Hardik, Krunal, Sky, and Ishan all at various times have looked. They just haven't made the runs that you would expect them to make, which means that the openers can get them off to good starts. But unless one of the openers goes on to make a big score at the moment, you wonder how they're going to make a big score. And their bowling is good, but as you said, there's a slight weakness there that has certainly come out at times. But it's just, I really think that the core strength of Mumbai has always been that middle part of their innings. And at the moment, they're just not getting what they need out of it.
Yeah, and it's very hard to believe that they've lost the most wickets since the resumption of IPL 2021, which is just showing their batting calamities even more. Fan goodie bag question then before we get into the predictions. How many runs will Rohit Sharma score on this one is what we're asking the fans to let us know in the comments below. Now, he got a good couple of starts so far, but he hasn't really kicked on. From a Mumbai perspective, he would love to. Just a quick number which might pop up in your head. Rohit Sharma against Punjab on Tuesday.
32.
32, that's a good number. I'm going to go 41 because I just think the 40s has been slightly naughty for Rohit in terms of getting up. Predictions then, because at the end of the day, it's not Rohit who Cricketletics suggests. It's actually Mike Agarwal who apparently will score the most runs in this one. Jarrod, do you agree? I don't think by the looks of it you do.
No, I'll go KL Rahul. I think he is
Mayank's partner in crime.
Yeah, the other guy. Just again a very consistent run scorer. Rohit and QDK both look like they're in good form as well. But of the openers, I kind of feel like KL Rahul is the banker of these four. And if Cricketletics hasn't gone for him, I might as well scoop him up.
Yeah, and it's a good thing that you mentioned KL because he actually really thrives against Mumbai Indians. We've seen it in the past, 3-4 years now that he invariably stands up and does it for his team. And like I said, if there's a second super over in the mix, I mean, it's more fun for us, but late night recordings obviously won't help. But having said that, it is, of course, bowlers. And I want you to have a first go here because it's gone for the inevitable machine.
Yeah, it went for Bumrah, didn't it? Which makes sense. I'm going to go with Ravi Bishnoi. Not quite.
Oh, nice.
And I think it's just because Mumbai haven't been playing spin very well. And I feel that he will get a good chance to bowl to a bunch of guys who just haven't been playing spin brilliantly of recent times. There's going to be a lot of people there. I don't really understand Ravi Bishnoi because he seems to bowl wrong-uns about 85, 90% of the time. And everyone seems to be confused by his wrong-uns. But if that's the case, it must be something to do with the dip or the rotations he's getting on the ball, or maybe he's making them look like leg spinners so much. I don't know, but I really like the energy he puts on it, and he's taking wickets. I think he's a really good chance.
You know what? I agree with you because I can envisage it almost of him rushing the batsman, going wide of the crease, and probably having that arm ball, and could be the batsman Keaton Pollard, but Mumbai fans would just be like, "What are you saying? Stop it!" All right, I'll stop it and move on to the third prediction because, like Jarrod touched upon there, 59% win percentage says Punjab Kings. He can't stop laughing, and I can't because at the end of the day, we're talking Mumbai Indians. It's not just any other team of the mill. Punjab would be happy with that, but do you think it'll actually be a game where Punjab would run away with it?
I mean, both teams have to win this so much that I would assume... because both teams have to win it so much, it might be a bit of a desperate, scrappy game, is my thinking, based on what they have to do after this particular win. I'm going to go with Punjab, but yeah, maybe 51% of me, not 59% of me. But I don't think there's a lot in this. I could easily have gone with Mumbai as well, even if Mumbai haven't won a lot of games. Obviously, Punjab have won one game and lost one game since resumption, but their one game was against the team that kind of everyone wins. I don't think that they have looked outstanding, but they are probably going to be looking at their schedule going, if we don't win this, our season's over. And Mumbai might be looking at the same, but Mumbai might be coming in with slightly worse form at the moment. So I'm not going with Punjab with any great confidence at all. I think it should be quite a close, scrappy game, or at least a scrappy game, maybe not close. But yeah, I'm going to go with them.
Super. And just a quick question to wrap things up, and it's not as hectic as the previous one. It's actually relatively straightforward. Now, we, of course, told you about the second super over, which, of course, transpired between these two sides the last time they met. Not the last time, but pretty much in the recent memory of things. What I want to know, Jarrod, is who bowled those two super overs for Punjab? Name the bowlers, please.
Oh.
It's an easy one.
It should be.
I think it is.
Maybe it's not because I can't think of anyone. I'm trying to think who their bowlers are. Who would they have gone with? I can't think. I'm obviously missing someone obvious because you said it was an easy one.
The Punjab bowlers who bowled that super over against Mumbai.
Oh, would it be
one was an Indian bowler?
Yeah, Mohammad Shami was one.
Yep.
And who's their other bowler? I'm obviously missing someone.
It was an international pacer. That's your clue.
Oh, was it one of the? Who's there? Why can't I think of any of their bowlers suddenly? So Mohammad Shami bowled one. I'm assuming I watched this game and probably wrote about it. I still can't remember. Was it Meredith or Jai Richardson? Or did they not?
No, they hadn't joined the franchise yet. It's actually Chris Jordan.
Oh, Chris Jordan. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Mohamed Shami, I do remember. Chris Jordan, I don't. Yeah, he's another weird IPL player. He's kind of played it for at this point.
We won't go there now because at the end of the day, I think I'm going to put that out as some separate content. Name the weirdest IPL player that you guys can, and then we'll probably.
It's Bert Cockley, okay? Everyone knows it's Bert Cockley. We could just move along.
Okay, let's see if people dispute with you in the comments below. But it's been fun, Jarrod. Of course, you've gone for KKR to win the afternoon game, and now you're going for Punjab? Yeah, Punjab it is. So Punjab is someone who we called before the resumption. So let's see if the Kings can tot it on into the playoffs. But we'll have it all on cricket.com. Until then, it's been fun chatting with Jarrod yet again. Catch it all on our social media handles and everywhere else. Thanks for watching. It's goodbye from us.